Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. If y'all don't, y'all do right now. It's time for that boom bap breakfast right here on the Remix Morning Show. I go by the name of the Ear Doctor, and let me introduce you to your host with the most, straight from the East Coast, straight from Baltimore for sure. We have no other than Burn It Down, Kim Brown. Brown, 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 yeah.
Woo! The intros sound a little thin. It's a little thin out here, Ear Doctor. Usually the intro segment's a little longer.
You see, I had to put like 20 different accolades to your name this time.
Well, let me return the favor. Black Power Media, the remixers. It's the Remix Morning Show. Let me welcome and introduce the one and only Ear Doctor. Doctor.
What's good, everybody? How y'all this morning?
Woo-oo. Mm-mm.
What up?
All the mom and dads are not here. Doctor, all the parents are not here. But you're a parent. I have to. Yeah. Anyway, but anyway, all of our folks, they are away.
They are going. Yeah, they had things to do. I know. Jared, Dr. Ball said he had to handle some things for a minute, couple weeks actually, but he will be back. Kamal, I believe he'll be back tomorrow. We have no other than, we can't forget about one person, Kalonji Jama Chunga.
What up?
Come
What the
through.
deal is?
Come through. We needed some supervision over here, Kalonji. I'm very happy to see you.
Glad to be here with y'all. I'm always willing to supervise. It's good.
Everything's everything, man. Okay. Another beautiful weekend. We here straight out of the A down here. How's it looking up there in Baltimore?
Gorgeous, actually. We've had some decent weather. I mean, it's late July, it's August, so naturally it is hot, but it hasn't been oppressive, not in my opinion. But again, I'm a July baby, so crank up the heat, baby.
Now what about this concert, this Incubus for your birthday? How was it? It was good?
It was spectacular.
Word.
It was so good. Let me rephrase. They were so good. They are always outstanding live. Incubus almost puts on a flawless show, really from start to finish. Now it's the Incubus audience that on occasion, there's some cultural conflicts with the Incubus audience because, I come out of rap, out of hip hop. You go to the rap show, it's a party, right? And yeah. I look at the rock show very much in the same vein. So I go to the rock show to rock, dog. I'm going there to rock. I'm going there to headbang. I'm going there to yell, scream the songs, everything. And white people be turning around.
Word.
You should see it, dog. It's really strange because I'm like, do y'all know where y'all are at? Like, y'all looking at me like I'm inappropriate. Y'all looking at me like we at the National Symphony Orchestra and I'm out of line somehow by yelling, screaming, dancing, headbanging. Like, it's really weird. It's really weird. I'm like, just because y'all are boring and stiff as shit don't mean that I gotta come here and just be like, you know what I'm saying? I came to the jam to jam. I don't know what the fuck them crackers came to do.
A bunch of bougie bontons.
Nigga, I can't even call it that. It may be lack of rhythmic ability. There could be a lot of underlying reasons. It could be because, I don't know. I really don't know what the reasons, but some, not all, but some of the white folks, when I go to the rock shows, I think they're irritated by seeing Black people enjoy themselves in spaces that they don't think Black people should be. is kind of
right.
It's kind of what I think it comes down to. I'm like, why are y'all so offended by my joy and exuberance at the rock show? Make it make fucking sense. But anyway, it was great. It was great. Shout out to Incubus. Shout out to Incubus. Incubus did the damn thing.
Yeah, that's dope. Yesterday I got to do the Black Man Lab, and we talked about Black August, so it was a good thing to learn about that even more. And then here we are, Black August, and we got no other than Mr. Black August in the building here, Kalonji Jamachanga.
Right.
Kalonji, so I guess you started your fasting and stuff like that. You started everything.
Yeah, so I started. I did a 24-hour fast yesterday in honor of Tari Golden, you know what I'm saying, our freedom fighter who was assassinated by the state due to medical neglect back in 1978, August 1st, 1978. So I needed that. That nice 24 hours to really just regroup. Yeah. And because I hadn't done a 24-hour one in a minute. but in about a year. But I think that it was important because it was a reminder, because oftentimes folks talk about, well, I can't do no 24-hour fast, or I can't do no whatever. So I got into the mindset of they assassinated this man. You know what I mean? So it was like, he can no longer do a fast. You know what I mean? So it's like I took it as an act of revolutionary love. I took it as this is a sacrifice for our movement and for our liberation. And I know that, everyone can't fast. So, part of my fast was for those who couldn't for whatever reason, and for myself to practice my discipline. So I'm back on my fast today till to sunset. And it's I feel good. I'm looking forward to working out, to training more. I'm reading 3 different books right now. I'm reading Blood in My Eye. Of course, I'm reading Soledad Brother. And at the same time, I had to take it back to my other Bible, The Wretched of the Earth. So I'm in pure 100% unadulterated revolutionary mode right now.
All right. Word. That's dope. And, I remember doing a paper on France Fanon back in college. That's a powerful brother. And what I did learn a lot about from speaking about Black August to a bunch of brothers and stuff that came through is it really is about discipline and bettering yourself. So like, even it's like you said, like even if you can't fast, find some type of discipline. So what I did pick up is I'm gonna do 100 push-ups a day for this month.
That's great.
100 push-ups a day, and I have a book I've been reading, and I'm gonna finish this book. Cause you know how you have a book and you just I get back to it. I'm gonna finish this book. So yeah, it was good to learn about how to discipline myself and better myself. So
and shout out to Black Man's Lab, because I was invited to come out and speak yesterday, but
you was
once I got into fast mode, I kind of forgot about some things, but not on purpose. But for folks, I see people are asking about, some people didn't know it was a fast and all that. We have a website up right now. It's thepeoplesarmy.org/Black August, thepeoplesarmy.org/Black August. And the call is Black August Resistance, and the response is Long Live the Dragon. So let's in my mind, I'm hoping that we utilize this month to go hard and resurrect, because we're on the wrong side of the bear cage right now.
Kim says she's gonna do no meat for this month.
Okay.
Right,
Kim looking like she did say that.
Does that include chicken? Is chicken included? If chicken's included, listen, I have to be excluded. But Kalonji, I wanted to ask you, like, how do you feel after fasting for 24 hours? Because I know some people will be like, man, I can't go all day without eating. But when you think about it, some folks unintentionally fast, right? You get up, you start moving, you might be drinking coffee and water, and next thing you know, it's 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon before you've even thought about eating. So how do you feel intentionally fasting versus I forgot to eat today? You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it absolutely makes sense. In fact, it's a state of mind, because like you said, if with us, we are rebellious by nature. Right. So it's like, because someone tells you to do something, or it's obligatory, it's different than you just doing it. Right. Like you said, you can go all day and forget that you didn't eat around 6 o'clock. You did an unintentional fast. You know what I'm saying? But when it's that state of mind, 9-10 o'clock in the morning, you're like, oh man, shit, I'm hungry already. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about, what's the reasoning behind it. And that's what everything, including our movement, our people's liberation struggle. You know what I'm saying? It's all about our intent. You know what I mean? If your intention is just to be seen and to get a bunch of Facebook likes and shit like that, then it's going to hit different, as they say, than your intention being to absolutely abolish this criminal enterprise that we reside under. You know what I mean? So yeah, but to answer your question, I feel good. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking forward, because I know that I was out of order in certain areas. So I'm trying to utilize this as a selfish means as well. You know what I'm saying? Because the fast in Black August, it is in solidarity with our freedom fighters who lost their lives, and also those who still, you know, are locked up. You're talking about folks like Michelle McGee, who's been locked up going on 60 years now. You know what I'm saying? 59, I believe, at present. He was with Jonathan Jackson. So when you talk about Black August, you're talking about a brother that's been locked up damn near 6 decades. So if we can't sacrifice for some folks that sacrifice their lives literally and their freedom, then we are a strange kind of man, woman, and child. So I implore folks, if you can do anything, kick a bad habit that you have for the month. If you can't do nothing but that, Bunchy Carter said from the Black Panther Party in Southern California, said, if you can't do nothing but spit, then motherfucker spit.
Right. That's what it is. Hey, yo, so welcome out everybody to the Remix Morning Show. This is Black August, and we're going to take our first break and get right back to it right here on the Remix Morning Show giving you that boom back.
Black out.
All right, what's good, everybody? Welcome out. Thank you all for coming out again. This is August, man. We almost to 2023. We done past the halfway mark, so we here, right here. Yo, so check this out. First of all, in case you didn't know, there's a like button at the bottom of the screen. Go ahead and hit that. And also, if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We need them subscriptions. And also go to blackpowermedia.org and check out all the merch we got, and drop some change in Patreon. Become a member. Drop some change in the bucket so we can keep this going. All right. So with that said, let me give you a quick weather report of what's going on around here in the world today. Let's start off in Birmingham, Alabama. Big up to B-Ham. They got a high today of 88 degrees. It's pretty nice and warm, almost in that 90s. Speaking of almost in the 90s, let's take it to Brooklyn. No, to the Bronx Zoo. That's right, Bronx Zoo, New York. They have a high today of 89 degrees. And now let's take it to the west side over to Denver, Colorado, which has a high of 92 degrees. Next, let's take it a little bit up further, higher to Seattle, Washington. They got a high of 74 degrees. And now let's take it to the islands where they got flying fish and ting like that. Let's go to Bridgetown, Barbados. They got a high of 87 degrees. And last but not least, let's go to Kufra, Libya. They have a high today of 103 degrees. Woo, man, that is hot. I'll tell you what else is hot since we on the hot topic. Man, this dude is a hot mess right here. We talking about Mystical. That's right, Mystical. Once again, accused. The rapper was booked and processed Sunday for a first-degree rape charge, as well as charge related to domestic abuse, battery by strangulation, false imprisonment, and property damage. Now, this dude already had some problems back in 2017, all the way back to 2003. I mean, bruh, if she's not into you, I'm just saying, leave her alone. I don't know what's going on with this dude, but he needs a big time break. He needs to learn about Black August and some discipline. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah, this dude is a hot mess right here. He need to get together, and hopefully somebody help him get it together. If not, it is what it is. All right, so let's take it over back to the Remix Morning Show with our host. Yeah.
I'm talking about that today on my show. Because this is a problem. It's a problem. I hate the fact that it's the criminal justice system that keep getting with fucking Mystical. I don't understand why Ascension Parish, Louisiana, ain't bringing that nigga out in the street and fucking him up. Like, I mean, why the cops got to come keep dealing with Mystical? Where's community control of the rapists? Come on, y'all.
You ain't lying.
You know, I'm sorry. I stepped away for a second. I had to do a commercial break, but I see y'all talking about the mystical.
Yeah,
I agree with you on that. And honestly, you know, I mean, yeah, what you just said, Kim. I'm just leave it at that.
I mean, this dude started in 2003, did it in 2017, and doing it again.
Hold on, that's on the record, ear doctor. Who the fuck knows what he was doing? Who the fuck
Right.
knows who he
Right.
victimized and did not come forward and say stuff? You know what I'm saying? Like, clearly this is pathological. This is a predatory behavior for this individual. And again, I really do hate to see the criminal justice system getting with him. I don't understand why people in the community are not fucking him up.
Well, the beautiful thing about this particular time, if he does do time, quote unquote, and the criminal justice system gets with him, someone will get with him. You know what I'm saying?
Elijah,
I'm absolutely certain about that.
You know, he did 6 years. He did 6 years for rape already.
Yeah, I don't. You know, honestly, like I said, I don't follow them clowns, but I think that you know,
I need you to follow these clowns. I need you to know who the predators in the community are, so we can be fucking them up. Like, I need you to know who the clowns are, baby.
Yeah, to me, I'm gonna tell you, I'm very biased. I got my rule of thumb is this: either you're on the right side of the barricades or you're not. So, you know what I'm saying? You get caught on the wrong side of the blade, then you know you mystical. You know, so yeah, so I got what you're saying, but you know, it's these dudes, man. Yeah, they do need to. You know, there needs to be some sort of community response and retribution, and I'm quite sure that it will be. I'm faithful in us. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for some reason, I'm a hopelessly devoted lost soul, and I believe that all of this madness will be dealt with accordingly. That's just me.
I hold your same faith. My issue is how many more people have to be traumatized before the faith that we have in the community comes to bear. You understand? Like, how many people does he get to violate and traumatize and you know, inflict emotional and physical harm upon folks before he is collected?
How many strikes do you get? I mean, after this keeps happening, how many times do you keep letting him out to the public?
I mean, what about the ones that we know about? What's up with your man Kodak Black? Like, I mean, there are known rapists and sexual assaulters out here, and people just shrug their shoulders, like, "Oh, well, has he been charged?" Is the question.
That's because they don't deal with those in their families first.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying? So it's, you know, we talk, you know, we're talking about these guys. You know what I'm saying? What about the uncles? What about the brothers and the fathers and the sisters?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, because you know it's a disease that plagues society, and it's like folks are really I mean they're mimicking the state. You know what I mean? And it's not an excuse. It's you know, it has to be dealt with from the root. It's like we keep mowing the grass and saying, you know, well, the grass is cut now. If you don't uproot that shit, then it's going to continue to grow and it continue to fester. You know, so the thing is, you know, until we become organized in a real way, because folks talk about joining organizations, but they join organizations that lack practice. You know what I'm saying? This is a theory and practice thing. You know what I'm saying? You know, the tough talk and all that shit, it only goes so far. You know, it's like if you tell someone, you know, if you do something, I'm gonna put my hands on you, whatever, and you never put your hands on them, then it, you know, it don't hit, it don't register, you know, it won't change a thing. And until we begin with, as your man Michael Jackson would say, start with the man in the mirror, then we will continue to be victims.
That's right.
Popping these cats in the back of their head,
in the front of their head, in their face. This is why this is why, gentlemen, and I know the men in the chat, you know, y'all might groan or whatever, but this is why I'm so hard on fellas. This is why I'm so hard on men, because I'm a woman. I'm 5'2", 240 pounds. I cannot physically collect a man. I can't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Good luck. Good luck to me if I'm being attacked by a man my size or bigger, that I will be able to fend him off of me, right? So when we are aware of people, specifically men, who are abusers in the community, who who rape and who commit acts of domestic violence, and who even, do other things, spike people's drinks, and people are aware of this behavior. Like, this is why I need the men to collect the men. And not to say that women should not be collecting women. I fully agree with that. I think there's a space for that conversation. But because we're talking about Mystical, like the women in the community can only do so much. We can only sound the alarm. We can only make people aware that this person is out here doing this. Now, I'm looking to the brothers like it's on y'all now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have the information. What's up? What's next?
One thing you saying at our challenge, and you started off by accepting defeat. You can defeat a man your size or greater. You know what I'm saying? But it's about training, and it's about practice, and it's about because we have sisters within FTP that I would probably much rather fight a brother than some of them, because of the fact that when they get at you, they getting at you. You know what I'm saying? And they come in with everything. And that's one of the things, and shout out to my brother Balogun, because of the fact that he teaches African martial arts, and African martial arts is designed for women. You know what I'm saying? A Balogun, the martial arts practice is designed for women. So the thing is, there are plenty of warrior women. And I think that if there's a if you're ready to get organized and be a part of a collective, then that will safeguard you more, and you won't have to worry about whether a brother is stepping up or not. Now, that doesn't absolve any brothers from doing anything, because on the flip side, there are brothers like me who have stepped up, but we are often abandoned by the community when we respond to such issues. Okay, there are political prisoners who are languishing right now because of the fact that people ignore them. So a lot of these folks have responded, but when they respond, it's just like, yeah, they did that thing, and it's off to the next. You understand what I'm saying? So, it's a double-edged sword. We have to really
Can I follow
we got to
up
really get behind those.
Can you explain further what you mean by when you stepped up that the community abandoned you? Did you mean that people like just looked away, like that's their business? You know what I mean? Like, that's their business.
No.
Why he in their business? Like, what can you tell me? What
It's our people are confused. You know what I'm saying? And they say be careful what you ask for.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you ask for things that you really didn't think all the way through. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, like my uncle would say, my uncle, like, look, I don't fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm diminishing the threat, by whatever means that is. So some folks will, you don't have to do that. No, motherfucker. If you say that this is what's taking place, then you're saying that people should step up and respond. Then you don't get to choose the measures of response. You understand what I'm saying? You don't get to say, well, you had to break the cat hand, or you ain't had to, you know what I'm saying? So, oftentimes people will say, they want certain things, but we live in a community of cowards. And we know that to be so. That's hard because we continuously talk about what we don't do, what we don't have, what no one else is doing. Here it is. We have grown men talking about what other men aren't doing. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make any sense. Not in my book. So we have to rethink, our strategy. We got to figure out, what are our values? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And if we value our lives, we quote Malcolm talking about some by any means, but we don't live Malcolm by any means. You know what I'm saying? We like the slick sound bites. We like the rap. You know what I'm saying? That's why we the best rappers in the joint. So of course, a Mystical and a R. Kelly and some of these other clowns could walk around and be predators, secondary predators, because of the fact that we don't deal with the primary or secondary predators. So it comes the way it comes.
No doubt.
Well, wait, doctor, don't leave. Can I ask you a question real quick to both of y'all? So you guys speak and mentor young Black men. Do you guys ever use any of these, mainstream examples of, this person being accused of sexual assault? Do you ever use those as examples when talking about consent and sex and stuff like that with the young people that you mentor?
For me, I'm more just talk to the young brothers about how to treat a woman instead of even bringing them into the whole rapture of it. I'm more talking about how you treat a woman, just like you treat your sister, just like you treat your mother. You treat any girl that you're trying to date or trying to have a conversation or relationship with. So it's more going back to the how you would treat a person. To me, I don't usually you bring their names up.
Right. With us, we teach. We have a group called Siafu Youth Corps, and the Siafu Youth Corps, they learn everything from African martial arts to urban survival preparedness. They deal with reality. Don't get it twisted. A lot of the youth that we deal with, they come from the quote unquote streets, right?
Mm-hmm.
And coming from the streets, they have a clear understanding because many of their fathers, their parents, are locked up. You know what I'm saying? They're doing time. Many of them are quote unquote leaders of street organizations, so on and so forth. So they bring up topics. It's like, our youth know what time it is. They're not, they're more on point than we are in many cases. You know what
I
I
don't
mean?
know about consent though. You know what I'm saying? If kids, especially young boys, are not being taught about consent, we shouldn't assume that they know it.
We're not assuming anything. We have sisters and brothers again who instruct in different areas. So it's not a situation where and our brother, we work with boys and girls.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's a respect thing. So it's not and our the girls or the sisters, they're not mute. They're very vocal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But they're very sharp with their analysis. It's not just, don't touch me because no, we're not teaching you. We're not talking about touching anybody anytime right now, because that's not the mission. But at the same time, it's about preparing them for the real world. So we discuss real topics. We discuss the R. Kelly case. We discuss anything that's going on in real life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just like they listen to Black Power Media. We have some of the youth right now, probably if they're not in school, in the audience right now. You know
So
what I
what
mean?
do they say? What do they say about consent? Because I'm trying to be like specific here because we were talking
I'm
about
trying to say, when you
mystical.
say consent, as far as what do you mean?
I mean,
On what level?
Consent to sex. Like, do the young people understand? Do the young girls understand that they have autonomy over their bodies? That it doesn't matter how many times the boy has asked them, that they still can say no. And do boys understand certain scenarios, for example, when it comes to like coercion into sex? Because I think these are really specific things that these are real world examples that young people are facing, right?
Yes.
And I don't know if they. If adults aren't bringing the language to them, I know kids will instruct themselves, but sometimes they will instruct themselves in the wrong direction without the proper guidance from someone, who may have a little bit more experience. So how do these conversations around consent happen in your groups with young folks?
Yeah, again, there's been several cases on the news here in Georgia dealing with statutory rape. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we go over those cases, we go over these situations. And again, the youth that we work with are clear about what's what. It's not, first off, I don't know. It's not too, we try to take their mind somewhere else, but we live in a real world.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't tell you not to have sex or not to try to engage or whatever the situation is. But folks understand boundaries, and we start with boundaries before we even deal with sex. You know what I'm saying, or that whole consent situation. We're starting with basic shit like, look, don't touch my materials. You know what I'm saying, without asking. Don't approach me a certain way. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a respect thing, and that's we start with the basics first.
Yeah,
Definitely
respecting being a human. You know what I'm saying? Just respect that. Start with that as being the root. Like, respect my space, respect other people's space. It starts there before you even have to go to the whole gender thing.
Right. And I want to point out too, when I mentioned something earlier, because I don't want folks to get it twisted or get confused. When I talk about step into individuals or whatever, or step into predators, we move as an organization. My organization is Siafu. You know what I'm saying? We are ants. We don't have no big eyes or little U's. We don't have no no cult of personality, no bullshit like that. We move in accordance. And most of the time we moving, there are sisters involved. You understand what I'm saying? And if it's a situation against the sisters, then, you know, we back the sisters. Let's just say that.
Big up Lucy.
Read what she said, dear doctor. What she say?
You know I can't read that good. Enthusiastic consent. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
Look at
Yes, you
me.
did.
Congratulations.
It's a concept. It's a concept that I think everybody needs to be familiar with, adults and young people alike. Enthusiastic consent is something that everybody should be on the same accord for before sexual activities take place. And that goes for you, young people. I'm not one of them adults that don't think that teenagers are not out here having sex. So we have any young people and teens watching, enthusiastic consent is the sexiest shit you could ever do.
No doubt. On that note, I'm a stage left even and let y'all go ahead and get to the news. I'll catch y'all next break.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Before we go to the news, I want to shout out some of my fam out there that's putting in work for our documentary Organizing is the New Cool. We were gifted with a hot new billboard downtown Atlanta. So if you're in Atlanta, you know, check it out. It's on the corner of Ted Turner and Andrew Young. Shout out to Powerhouse Collective. We have some folks who believe in our work and our efforts and our energies. And this is this documentary, for folks that don't know, we've been working on it since 2006. It's still not complete. We've won several different film awards and all of that, and we're still rumbling. If you'd like to support it, go to organizingistheNewCool.com. But I wanted to shout my folks out because, you know, we are appreciative.
Hey, first of all, the face that I made was because you said Ted Turner and Andrew Young Boulevard at the intersection. I said, the where? The who and the who?
Hey, welcome to Atlanta.
The what? You know but listen, if you out in the ATL and you see the Organizing is the New Cool billboard, take a picture of it, post it on Instagram, tag Black Power Media, tag the Remix Morning Show. Are you on Instagram, Kalonji?
Yes, I am. I'm on Instagram as Who He Talking To. Who He Talking To. The next 10 people to do it, we'll send you a t-shirt, Organized New Cool t-shirt. How's that?
Brilliant. Anyway. Good shit. Yes, good shit. Yes. Are you ready to slap the map, Mr.
I am. We're going to have the ear doctor slap that map wherever he at. All right? Let's go, Black August, slap the map.
Welcome back. It's the Remix Morning Show here on Black Power Media. Shout out to all the remixes in the building. Kim Brown, Kalonji Changa, the Ear Doctor. Hanging out with you guys today on this Tuesday, August 2nd. Do us a favor. If you haven't already thumbed up on the video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're just short of 20,000. Where are we at in terms of subscribers? We're at 1918 and some change.
Okay.
So help us get to that $20,000. $20,000. Help us get there too.
Stay here.
1,000 subscriber mark. And if you want to help support the channel materially, you can do so via Patreon, patreon.com/Black Power Media. We appreciate that. Shout out to Vernon Scott. Vernon just ran us some bucks, $5. And Vernon says consent and personal autonomy is under discussion in adult conversations and young people. Consent is ongoing. Say that, Vernon. Say that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Indeedy.
Right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Yes.
So in terms of stories, what you got, Kalonji?
What I got, I mean, I'm still on my Black August kick. So you know what I'm saying? If you want to lead, or we can go further into BA. You know what I'm saying? Because
I actually think my first story, it's not directly tied to Black August, but it is. It's good news and a bad news, fucked up situation where three correctional officers in New York City have been charged in connection with doing nothing while a young man took his life behind the wall on Rikers Island. So his family is happy there's getting a modicum of justice.
Yes.
But I thought, I mean, it's not, like I said, a Black August specific.
No, it's all good. It's all related. I'm just,
it's cool. Ear Doctor, can you pull that up for us? It's the YouTube link.
Okay.
Oh, you got it. Look, rolling. Let's go.
Doctor on point this morning.
Let's
Good Lord of mercy.
Right now at 5:30, 3 New York City correction officers and a captain indicted over an incident where an inmate attempted to take his own life. Good evening. I'm Christine Johnson.
Welcome back. I'm Maurice Dubois. The 4 workers are accused of waiting nearly 8 minutes before helping the inmate.
CBS 2's Jenna DeAngelis joins us live from the courthouse in the Bronx with reaction from the family. Jenna?
Maurice and Christine, the attorney for the family, which has been seeking justice since 2019, says this is a step in the right direction. The officers and captain involved face charges of reckless endangerment and official misconduct. Handcuffed correction officers quietly entered the courtroom, inside only uttering the words. Outside, the family of Nicholas Feliciano holding his picture, making noise.
At the end of the day, even though these officers are going to get charged, my Nicholas will never be the same due to the amount of damage that was done to him. My grandson has anoxic brain damage, and they took his future away.
November marks 3 years since the then 18-year-old attempted to take his life while in custody at Rikers. His grandmother has been fighting for justice since.
My grandson didn't belong there in the first place. They knew he had mental issues.
An October report by the Correction Department Oversight Board notes Feliciano was hanging for 7 minutes and 51 seconds in plain view of correction officers and others before they came to his aid, and it was captured on surveillance video.
It's just horrific. I'm angry. I seen the video myself, and I seen what they did.
David Rankin represents the Feliciano family.
To see some guards actually charged is a step in the right direction.
Officers Kenneth Hood, Mark Wilson, Daniel Fullerton, and Captain Terry Henry had no comment leaving court alongside their attorneys. The president of the Correction Officers Benevolent Association said, today's indictment of our officers stemming from an incident that occurred over 3 years ago is further evidence that this case is being driven more by politics than facts, pointing out the U.S. Attorney's Office did not pursue criminal charges. The family's attorney echoing the many calls to shut down Rikers Island.
Not one more death at Rikers Island, and not one more Nicholas Feliciano.
Yeah, so at least, well, anyway, they've been charged. I'll be happy if they get convicted and sentenced to lengthy prison terms. Because unfortunately, these are the constraints of the system that we have. And, if jails is not abolished at the moment, then put them correctional officers inside the jail for failing to act while they saw this young man hanging for several minutes trying to end his life. And so far in 2022, there have been 7 people who have died at Rikers this year. Let me say that one more time. 7 people this year have died at Rikers Island in 2022. Right. And it's abhorrent. It's an inhumane system. It has no regard for human life, for human decency. Doesn't even treat the people incarcerated as human. So it's time to go. It's time to abolish this system. Like Rikers, I would love to see niggas get everybody out of Rikers first, and then aim missiles right at fucking Rikers, like blow that bitch sky high.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but this is one of thousands of prisons around the country, from there to Parchman to Angola and so many other jails and prisons around the country where folks are being murdered. Most cases we don't even hear about at all. So to be honest with you, it really doesn't matter if they close Rikers, because there'll be another Rikers with a different name. You know what I'm saying? Again, like you mentioned, it's the system itself that is at play. But we have to figure out, again, how do we deal with things in a preventive measure? How do we prevent certain things from happening? And of course, that goes back to capitalism, because folks are, quote unquote, trying to survive in many cases, you know, petty crimes and all that. And you lock folks up who you know have certain issues or whatever. You know, they said that they knew that, you know, the young man had some type of mental situation, man, dealing with mental health. And, you know, but they don't care.
No.
You know, so they think it's funny. I've been locked up for a short amount of time, and I know I've witnessed folks who attempted suicide. I witnessed folks who you pretty much knew that they were broken before they even came up in the joint. And it's like, you know, you're almost waiting for this time bomb to self-destruct. And the guards know it, and the folks in the infirmary know it, and the wardens know it, but they don't care because, you know, it's all about the money. Like they say, it's all about the Benjamins. So, you know, we have to figure out a way to, I mean, the system is just rotten to the core. You know, this story reminds me of, what was the documentary they had with the young man? I can't think of his name.
Khalif Browder. I can't remember.
Yes, Khalif Browder. Right. You know, there's so many Khalif Browders.
Yes.
There's so many Felicianos, man. And, you know, it's sad. The thing that got me a few minutes ago is hearing the police association, the so-called union, talking about, you know, it's political because this is something that happened 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. As if there's any statute of limitations on murder. I mean, and I know the young man wasn't technically murdered, but he was murdered by dereliction of duty, by you know, absconding their duty to prevent you know, to save life. And 3 years ago, 20 years ago, look, you see, I don't know if you saw this, Kalanji, but apparently the woman, Carolyn Bryant, who was responsible for facilitating the lynching of Emmett Till, right? So apparently she has been found. And I don't have the link ready, but I know the outlet that has been reporting it is the Daily Mail, right? Everybody calls it the Daily Fail. So I don't know if the Daily Mail is 100% accurate in this, but according to them, 88-year-old Carolyn Bryant has been discovered living in Kentucky. I know a number of activists thought that she was in a certain location in North Carolina, and they went to that location, you know, demonstrating, trying to find her after the news had been released that she still had a warrant, that had a warrant for her in connection to Emmett's lynching. And so she has been discovered in hospice. I'm not quite sure if she's in hospice care, but apparently she has cancer. But I'm like, oh, well, then she probably won't run when the police go and collect her, which we know that they won't, but they should. And being elderly and infirm should not dissuade anybody from pursuing.
Oh no, I mean it doesn't. I mean, you know, these quote unquote war criminals. I remember seeing them usher out this cat in New York. I think he was like 97 years old. He didn't even remember his own name. Ain't care nothing about that shit. They like, look, dude, he's sitting there looking like, where you taking me? You know what I'm saying? He thinking he going for a walk, you know, but you know, they don't care. But when it comes to our pain and suffering is different. Honestly, the whole Carol Bryant thing, I mean, I saw some of these you know, goofy ass fake activists rolling up talking about some damn warrant. Let's keep it real. He wasn't taking that white woman nowhere. That shit was strictly for what it was. The cameras. You know what I'm saying? You ain't taking no. Look, first of all, your ass would have caught a kidnapping charge. That's number one. You know what I'm saying?
Citizens arrest. Isn't it what the crackers say?
Yeah. But we ain't crackers. That's the thing we often forget. You know what I'm saying? We that's where we get it fucked up. We think that that the same laws apply to us and them. And then we end up jammed up. So okay, so if they, I mean, if Carolyn Bryant walked in front of us right now, what the fuck you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Knock her down, smack in the head. I mean, ain't shit happening to her. That's how it go. You know what I'm saying? And from there, there's been thousands of Carolyn Bryants, and there'll be a whole lot more. You know, so we have to decide, you know, what are we gonna do to safeguard ourselves and to safeguard our children so there won't be another Emmett Till. You know what I'm saying? But there's been plenty of Emmett Tills since then, and there'll be plenty more. Because again, you know, unfortunately, you know, we haven't made the right decisions when it comes to certain things.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yep.
Woo! That was one of those, Kim.
Yeah.
But Yeah, so you have a another story you was talking about.
Is it in the chat? Did I
Yes,
drop it in
ma'am.
the chat?
Okay.
Do I have this ready to go on my end is the actual question.
Let me
So
see here.
because of Georgia's new anybody can carry the pistol anywhere, anytime. Hold on, let me pull this up on my end. A famed Atlanta music festival actually had to be canceled because of, the fear, legitimate fear of the potential of mass shootings because of the proliferation of guns. This was in Rolling Stone. The headline reads, Georgia's gun laws are forcing Atlanta's Midtown Music Festival to cancel this year. Now, I was hoping Kalanji and Ear Doctor can fill me in on the significance or insignificance. I don't know how big or small this music festival is, but the annual event takes place in Piedmont Park, which is a public space where guns are permitted, and a short-term tenant of that property can't enforce its own ban. So let me get down here in the piece. So it says that Georgia's gun laws are to blame for the cancellation of the 2022 Music Midtown Festival in Atlanta, Georgia. On Monday, Live Nation announced that the festival was canceled, stating only, due to the circumstances beyond our control, Music Midtown will no longer be taking place this year. We are looking forward to reuniting in September and hope that we can get back to enjoying the festival together soon. The festival was set to take place in September with Jack White, Future, My Chemical Romance, and Fall Out Boy headlining. An estimated 50,000 people attended Music Midtown in 2021. I'm not going to that shit. I might go see Jack White. But Future, My Chemical Romance, I think I'm good. Fall Out Boy, no, I'm good. Even though Live Nation has not officially given a reason for cancellation, sources who worked with the festival confirmed to Rolling Stone that Georgia's gun laws were to blame. Since 2011, Music Midtown has taken place at Piedmont Park in Atlanta, and parks are among the various public spaces in Georgia where guns are allowed to be carried. The festival, as a temporary user of the park, does not have the standing to supersede that law and enforce its own ban, which is kind of interesting. The festival's website stated that weapons or explosives or any kind are prohibited, but not no more, because according to Brian Kemp, that's the governor, Kalanji, when did he sign this proclamation saying that you can basically carry guns any and everywhere?
A few months ago, and the crazy thing about Live Nation, part of my English children, close your ears. Fuck Live Nation.
Fuck Live
You know what I'm
Nation.
saying? Let's just say that.
People
Number two, it's like, why would you want to be somewhere with 50,000 people when you have all these quote unquote shit, you got monkeypox, you got COVID, you got all this shit. You talking about 50,000 people being crammed into a joint. I don't think it's about the gun law, because
really?
These motherfuckers ain't searching for no guns anyway. And most black folks I know that was strapped before the laws came out, they you know what I mean, they were strapped before that. So it's not like, oh shit, I could walk around with it. Some of these goofies walking around showing it. I am seeing a lot of folks now that they're showing their colorful guns and all that shit in their waistband and all that. But to me, all of this shit is a setup so that these criminal ass police can say he or she was reaching for their weapon, so they shot him. So that's how I see this thing or whatever. So, but yeah, I don't. I've never been to that festival. Never gave a damn about it. In fact, I didn't even know that particular festival existed. So
okay, well then maybe maybe it wasn't such a big deal, but like, but
I mean, to somebody, 50,000 people in 2021. I mean,
yeah, I mean it's not insignificant. I mean, like for example, at the Incubus concert, like I had to walk through a metal detector, and I was confused. Like, that's Columbia. What are y'all talking about? Obviously, mass shooting can and do happen any and everywhere.
Absolutely.
But it's just wild to even think that here we are, that our society has, not to say it has deteriorated, because it was already in the fucking sewer at its inception, right? But even the small things in which some people perhaps took for granted, being able to attend anything, not even, it don't even have to be an event no more. Like it could be the grocery store, it could be dropping your kid off at school. Just that specter of mass violence, mass shooting violence is looming over everything. And I hate that America really just operates as though it's standard operating procedure. This is the cost of freedom. This is the price of freedom. You have to be able to respond at any moment as though you are in a war situation because the proliferation of guns. And I say this as someone who is pro-gun. I'm for the guns. Like, you know, guns can potentially be an equalizer. You know, for someone who is bigger than you, stronger than you. But anyway, it's just an additional reflection of the ways in which, specifically, not exclusively, but specifically conservative lawmakers just want to make mass death just everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Make it be available and accessible to everyone at every time. It's too much.
I mean, you know, again, you know, I mean, shit, you know, I don't know. You know, I mean, I don't know. I've never really been into the big festivals anyway. You know what I'm saying? I don't like, I'm not into big crowds where I have no control over the situation. You know what I'm saying? I like to be able to know where the exits are. I like to be able to maneuver and move around if I have to, but I don't really like being so confined and shit that, you know, there could be a stampede or any of that type stuff, you know. So I've always been
well, that's because you've been on the other side of the barricade, so to speak, Kalonji. When you work in the business, you're not really in the crowd. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, well,
like you behind the scenes, moving around, moving niggas here, moving niggas there, make sure people are supposed to be in their proper spaces at the right times, but seldom are you actually dealing with the crowd. Well, hold on, Kalonji, I don't know if you was watching the remix last week. There was a suggestion put forth by somebody. It might have been me, but I can't confirm nor deny that it actually was me. But somebody suggested that maybe Kalonji attend InvestFest with the camera crew and a microphone.
InvestFest. They'll see me coming 100 miles away. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy because certain events, specifically political events, I get this greeting from like hundreds of yards from the spot. Oh, hey, how you doing, brother? Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and I usually have some type of chaperones and shit around, you know what I'm saying, that are unofficial chaperones. So, yeah. Matter of fact, I might try to go to InvestFest. Let me talk to my BPM crew and see if we can make that happen.
I think you should totally go. We should apply for press passes for you. Even if we don't, fuck them. We just buy the junk. We need you in the space, dog.
Hey, me and Jared said we'll send you, man. So
y'all gonna send me. like are they gonna send me? Fuck it. You get sounder, nigga. Go where I send thee.
Come on.
Fuck my Benji. They're gonna send me.
Kalonji, I think that would be amazing. Like, I think that would be amazing because I think that the questions that you would ask, a lot of those people probably are not prepared to answer.
I want him and Jared to go, especially on that invest money financial stuff. That would be collapse.
I mean, but I'm trying to figure out, like, I mean, you know, I don't know. I would have to be able to stomach it. So I have to be, you know, and matter of fact, when is that thing? I know I can't.
Coming up soon.
Yeah, certain things I can't do in August. Let me just say that.
We got your ticket already.
You got your ticket, dog. And here's the thing. I totally see Jared getting put out before Kalonji. If they went together, Jared be like, no, nigga,
No, they're gonna have a poster up with Jared already before we even get there.
We probably end up fighting because, you know, somebody gonna go too far, and it'll probably be Jared. It won't be me going too far. I'm not even. I know how to control my shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Jared, when it comes to that crypto, he's gonna bug out.
No. And speaking of those concerts, I do go to the jazz festival in that park, and that has to probably do with the music, the age of people that's gonna be there and stuff like that. Jazz festival, they just had Tito Puente and Fela, and they had.
You just made a point though, ear doctor.
Moo Fresh.
They killed a white woman out there last year.
At Jazz Fest?
She got no, not Jazz Fest. The park that you're talking about. Then they stabbed. Yeah, the woman got stabbed up. Her and the
Which
dog.
one? I mean, it was a black dude that got hung in Piedmont Park like some years ago.
Right, but they don't care about black folks getting hung. You know
white.
what I'm saying? stay on task.
Here we go.
They killed a white woman out there last year or the year before, and her dog. So that might have something to do with it. I don't know. So I just remembered that. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, nah, Femi, not Fela. You right, Leia.
Femi Kuti.
How they bring Fela back? And Tito
I
Puente,
know, right?
He said they brought Fela. I missed that one, man.
That's what he said. He said Tito Puente and Fela. I said, where was this in heaven? Where was this concert happening?
Leia always makes sure I'm on point. Appreciate you, Leia.
Did Sam Cooke show up?
Right after Otis Redding went on.
Right, Prince coming up next. Right,
I missed the whole Fela piece, man. You the winner for that. That man said he saw Fela out there. God damn.
Yo,
it was been in 76. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nah, no doubt. Let's take a quick break and let's make sure we get our brother Kalonji some fluids and stuff. I know he's just coming off a fast and everything. So
I'm still fasting, baby.
Yes. Hey, there it is. There it is. So let's take a quick break and we be right back right here at the Remix Morning Show.
Black Eye.
Black Power Media.
Remix.
A fatal killing them on the track.
How that ugly mug get back on the screen? Pushing buttons, boy, I tell you. Yo, anyway, big up everybody. Welcome out to the Remix Morning Show. At this time, I wanted to take you to another place. And with this other place I wanted to take you to is showing respect. Did I say with a K? Respect. Showing respect to a sister that paved the way for a lot of sisters who recently made a transition. And she goes by the name of Nichols. That's right. Lieutenant Aurora. That's right. This sister right here. Ooh. Bad sister. That's right. Also known as Grace Dell Nichols. Born in 1932. That's right. She's an actress, singer, dancer, best known for her portrayal as Lieutenant Uhura on Star Trek and all the different sequels. She acted in a number of different movies, TV shows. She pretty much, when she first started out back in, let me see, back in her day, which is around 1961, she was first in a musical called Kicks and Co. She got discovered being in a Playboy satire, and guess who came and said, "Ooh, I want her to work with me?" Hugh Hefner. So Hugh Hefner took her and put her in the Chicago Playboy Club, and she appeared as a role of Carmen for Chicago stock company production Carmen Jones. In 1967, she was featured in the Ebony magazine, and she also was a singer. Like I said, a lot of people don't know she was a singer, and she sang with Duke Ellington and Lionel Hampton bands. So not only that, she also put out a couple of albums. In case you didn't know, she did put out a couple of albums, and she first got on to the Star Trek. And at first she was like, man, this is a lot of pressure. You know what I'm saying? And she was ready to quit, but she didn't quit because one person said, no, we need you to stay there. We need you to be there. Who was this person that told her we need you to stay there and be there? It was no other than Dr. Martin Luther King. That's right. Dr. Martin Luther King pulled her to the side and said, you have the first important non-traditional role, non-stereotypical role. You are changing the minds of people across the world, which was very true because nobody was getting roles like that back in that time. And she was one of the first, and NAACP brought her around, Martin, and had this conversation. And she was like, well, I'm taking it. I'm taking a role and I'm going to make it happen. So like I said, she's been doing TV, she's been doing movies. One of her first black exploitation movies was Truck Turner with my boy. That's right, Truck Turner with what's my singing guy's name with the bald head? Ooh, Yeah, I'll get it in a minute. But anyway, she did that. She did TV, like I said, Star Trek, Batman, animated series. She's done voiceovers. She's been doing TV and movies all the way to 2022. Last one was Star Trek Prodigy, where she came back and did her thing. So big up to the sister who just made a transition. Thank you for your contribution to the arts and for the black people, no doubt. And that is what it is. Now let's get back to the morning show. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, rise in power to Nichelle Nichols. I mean, she was kind of the first example, at least on mainstream television, of Afrofuturism, so to speak, right? Like it was just her. She was out there
Just
doing
her.
it. Huh?
It was just her. Yeah, that was it. That was it. So she's been doing it for a while and staying steady with it.
Yeah, so we had a few deaths this week, huh?
Yeah, Bill Russell, Nichelle Nichols. Who else?
Mary Alice.
No.
Who that is?
You don't know
You
Mary
know
Alice
Mary
is?
Alice is. Well, we would know her, your doctor, probably from Different World. She was like
Oh yes, Letty.
Letty. Oh
Yeah.
no.
Fences and a few other joints, Sparkle and
Yeah.
The Matrix.
She was a true
Down in the
regal
Delta.
queen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she was another one that is a legend. But her and also like you said, Bill Russell, one of the greatest basketball players to ever do that. But also want to here in Atlanta, locally, we lost an icon as well in the community. Nana Siti. Nana Siti is someone who was a midwife, and she brought a whole lot of midwives into midwifery. She delivered over, probably hundreds of babies. She was in that particular field for 50 years plus. So I want to definitely remember her. I just saw her a couple weeks ago, and she made her transition on. She made her transition unexpectedly. But yeah, definitely. So
yeah, she was the mother in Beat Street. You right, Dylan and Real.
Mary Alice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go do that break dancing. Yeah, man.
You know, and in all respects to Nichelle Nichols, can't subtract anything from her contribution and her legacy, but Mary Alice was sort of more pervasive in,
without a doubt.
You know what I mean? Like her face, her voice, her intonation, her eloquent like enunciation. That's kind of what comes to mind when I think of Mary Alice. Like she's enunciating, you are understanding everything she's saying incredibly clearly, but she had that warmth about her performance. She was kind of matronly, like when on A Different World. Like I didn't want to get in trouble with Letty. Like I didn't want to see Freddie and Kim sneaking in late in the dorm and getting in trouble with Letty. So, oh man, that's giants. We have just named 3 juggernauts of Black 20th century Black American culture. Wow.
On the real. And and she was in, everything from Malcolm to, countless movies, man, countless. And it's like, she's one of those folks that, you know her, you see her, but a lot of folks didn't
know her name,
grasp who she was. Right.
How old was she? She had to be right up there with Bill Russell and Nichelle Nichols age-wise, I'm guessing.
Yeah, she was born in 36. So
wow.
I don't know, y'all can do the math, but she actually
I'll do a spotlight on her. Not this day.
Yeah. Yep. And she was in Sanford and Son as well as Fred's sister. Right.
Ah, that's right, man. One of the best shows ever. But that's what it is. That's your spotlight today. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Check it out, the Remix Morning Show. Some of this, some of that, and some of that is. So Kim started off talking today about a number of issues in the community that are absolutely very necessary. You know what I mean? And we are definitely appreciative. We want to thank you all for supporting Black Power Media. Again, we've been on air, quote unquote, damn near a year and a half, a little over a year and a half now. And, we've made some strides, and we're absolutely grateful for you all's contributions. And we hope that we can continue to be a part of your lives. So continue to support us, and also let folks know that we exist, because at this point, it's good that we got 18,000 plus subscribers, but I don't know. I think we can push a little bit more. That's just my thought.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt, we can push that up more, especially when I see the kind of suckers on YouTube that got way more subscribers. I said, these bitch ass niggas.
Plenty
So
of suckers.
we plenty of suckers. So listen, remixes, help us get the word out. Tell them people to come over here and push that subscribe button. We would so appreciate that. And thank you to everybody that's watching us right now. Give us a thumbs up and a like on the video. We're at 241. I don't know. Y'all tell a couple people to wake their ass up and get on in here so Ear Doctor can bless us with a mix.
Up.
Ear Doctor can bless us with a mix.
No doubt. We could do that. Yes. No doubt. Yeah, I had said that, Balagoon. You might have missed it in the beginning, but definitely.
Balagoon.
Yeah, she was definitely I mean, man, her career is just so bananas. You know what I'm saying? That we don't even you know, I mean, and it's unfortunate, but I mean, she made her mark regardless.
Oh, yes, yes. I mean, if nothing else, we know who she is. We remember her. You know what I'm saying? We can retell the roles throughout her career that have had an impact on us, that are memorable to us. So long as we talk about it and mention it, then she'll continue. You know, her legacy will continue to go. Shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. Never mind. I'll be quiet. I'll go back to being quiet. But do you got some stories, Kalanji? Because I may have a story or two.
I mean, look, I'm rolling with you. Let's go ahead and bring it up.
Oh, shit.
We rolling with Kim Brown today. Shout out to Burn It Down, Kim Brown. I'm in the building today, making a rare appearance. I don't know if the Ear Doctor mentioned.
What's that?
That we're going to be taking a 2-week break from the remix, starting today. So make sure you all. Kim's looking like, hey, nobody mentioned that.
Right. So I still got to show up to work, and the rest of y'all, taking a break. They're like, oh, don't worry, Kim got it.
No. We'll talk about it behind the scenes, but
please,
we're gonna make sure that we bring you all the best morning show we possibly can, because we want to make sure that we take it back and put the Black power in that media. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to remember, like Yui said, power is the ability to define phenomena and make it act in the desired manner. So Black power should do just that. But anyway.
So are you saying, are you trying to espouse a ministry of rest? Is that where you're going with the Black power media? That we need rest? So I think recharge?
Yeah, I think we always need to recharge, and rest is definitely a great thing. That's part of our health. So we definitely need to rest in life. Period. Not just Black Power Media. Don't trip on that. I'm sorry. I look like I threw Kim off. What we got here?
No, you didn't. I'm trying to like find a story. I have a story here actually. I just trying to get it in order so I can put it over in the thing. Okay. I only got them 2 stories. I thought Jacqueline was gonna be here, so
that's all good. Well, we good.
Was gonna be here.
We good,
but it's all good.
Yeah. We can like I said, while you're getting it together, we can talk about more about Black August. You know what I'm saying? If folks are interested in Black August. Any folks in the chat, anybody commemorating with us this year?
I want to, and I'm listening to you, Kalanji.
That's good. Handle your business. We got you.
No. I'm what I'm saying is I'm talking about participating in Black August. At least, what y'all are saying is landing into my brain space, and I'm like, yes, I should be taking something out. I should be giving something up. That's like the least, be very bare minimum that I could do for the people. So, again, I don't have anything against those sort of self-disciplines. It's just not part of my daily practice, right? So you're giving me like inspiration and a reason to sort of take some sort of disciplinary something over my life. You just can't be out here doing whatever you want to do out here, Kim. Talking to myself right now.
So Kim, what do you think that you could do that possibly you don't do on a regular, that like even with a phone, a battery has to be charged again? You know what I mean? What do you think that you could possibly take out of you, or add to?
So prior to the pandemic, like I would do like a lot of kind of detoxy stuff. Like I would go do acupuncture. I believe in something called ionic foot baths, where I don't know. I can't explain the science behind it, but it basically helps to draw impurities and toxins out through your feet. So I have not detoxed really at all since the pandemic. So I think that's something that I need to do. It will probably make me feel better on the inside. But I do need discipline in my diet. Like, I don't eat enough vegetables. I don't. I eat too much meat. I will concede that. I would be happy to give up red meat. And maybe that can be my challenge. I can't believe I just said that out loud, because now I got so now I got
you accountable. We accountable for you now.
Let me help you all out, right?
Oh,
Since Black August is about commemorating political prisoners, I want to challenge you all to find a political prisoner and write a political prisoner.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? So if you are at the bare minimum, for folks who are in the chat saying that, look, I want to commemorate, but I can't fast, or I want to commemorate, but I can't do this. I say this: for the month of August, for the month of Black August, if you can't do nothing else but find a political prisoner, write a political prisoner once a week. You can sacrifice. It doesn't have to be a long letter or whatever. Find a political prisoner you can support. Write them. I'm sure they'll write you back. I would suggest you all, if you want to learn more about George Jackson, pick up and read Blood in My Eye. This book right here was, he finished this a few days before he was assassinated. So he never got to see the finished copy of this. And then you have Soledad Brother, which he released 1 year before. And these are the letters of the prison letters of George Jackson.
What does Soledad be?
Son.
Soledad is a prison.
Oh, sorry. I'm all,
so you have
quiet.
No. So the first murders that Black August commemorate are the assassinations of W.L. Nolan, who was 21, and George Jackson's partner, who they co-founded the Black Guerrilla Family. Him, Cleveland Edwards, who was also 21, him and W.L. Nolan, and 23-year-old Alvin Jugs Miller. They were actually assassinated at Soledad, during a situation where they got into a fight or an altercation with some Aryans, and this racist ass marksman correctional officer shot the three of them and left them in the yard to bleed out. So that happened on January 13th, 1970, but it's celebrated, it's commemorated during Black August on August 13th to align with the other assassinations. So it started off in Soledad. A few days after these brothers were assassinated, a prison guard was thrown off a tier, and there were three brothers that were accused of his death. And of course, George Jackson was one of them. It was George Jackson, John Clochette, and Frida Drumgo. And they actually, this was, like I said, 3 days afterwards. So they became the Soledad brothers: Frida Drumgo, John Clochette, and George Jackson. So while they were on trial, Jonathan went up into the courthouse on August 7th, 1970. And, we know that history. And, George wrote the book Soledad Brother, and Soledad Brother became an international classic. So definitely, start to read more, get a little exercise in, stretch a little bit, but definitely, like I said, write a political prisoner and read. That'll be that's the first part that you can do, and if you can't fast, then, work on something, work on giving up bad habits, because part of fasting is not just fasting for food. It's also a mental and a spiritual thing as well. So.
I had a question. So for people that's like just getting into learning about political education, what book would you suggest? Or is it any of those books, or is there another book that somebody is just wanting to learn about political education? What's a good book for them to pick up?
I would think that the first thing in my mind would be to look for an organization to join, because it's man can't do anything alone. No man's an island. So I think that getting with an organization that can point you in the right direction would be a good start, because you can have a clearer understanding of what it is that you're trying to learn. You always want to have some type of group study. It's good to read, but your analysis might not be on point. So you might read something and get something totally different out of it once you get an understanding and some clarity about what it is you're reading, you know?
Okay.
So I would say that. But I would also say on the screen, if you wanted to learn more about Black August, you go to this site right here, thepeoplesarmy.org/Black August.
Mhm.
Now, we also have a calendar that we put together here at Black Power Media, and it's called blackaugustcalendar.com. So go to blackaugustcalendar.com and you can get some of the dates. That calendar was just dropped yesterday. But to learn more about the history, concept, and practice of Black August, go to thepeoplesarmy.org/Black August. There you'll learn about, there's plenty of interviews with folks like OG Shaka, Rising Power OG Shaka. Of course, he's one of my revolutionary teachers who transitioned early this year, last April. And you get some things from him, from Mama Ayana, some of the founders of the Black August Organizing Committee, and there's several interviews with me as well on there. So definitely, I would say, to answer the ear doctor's question, start off joining an organization. And again, it's what you're into. You want to definitely study revolutionary works. You want to study economics. You want to study everything political to get an understanding of where we are and where we need to be.
But definitely get that the color in my eyes book.
Blood in my eye.
Blood in my eyes.
Yeah, not color in my eye, but definitely. And we actually,
He just did that to mess with us.
I want to invite you folks too. Organization, the FTP movement, we have political education classes. If you'd like to sign up, go to that same website, thepeoplesarmy.org. We have classes online that we're starting back up. We'll also have a book club that we're going to start, because we know that there's a lot of folks that aren't clear about certain things and they want to sharpen it up. So definitely join us, or join any organization that is doing more than just talking that shit, because there's a whole lot of that going around. You get a lot of armchair revolutionaries that come with pure theory, you know what I'm saying? And that's cool, but shit, that ain't gonna help you in a fight.
And for the people in the chat room, if you do have some questions about Black August, please post them and we'll see if we can get to them. We see you got another story there, Kim.
I mean, I do. I mean, I have to confess. Now I feel like Kalanji is collecting me in front of everybody, because I just said to myself, I have already accepted defeat before I even, because I'm already downing my stories. I'm like, man, I'm not really picking out outstanding stories here this morning, but it kind of is what it is.
We're not. The people are grateful. I say this, we have to. Part of us growing is meeting people where they are. You know what I'm saying? We can't, inspire the same people that we insult, as the saying goes. So, we meet our people where we are. Sometimes we're so hard, on our people about what they don't know, that it becomes intimidating. It's like, how do you grow if someone's always telling you about, oh, you don't know nothing, whatever, so on and so forth. Some people are inspired. Some people do rise, from it. But, the reality is, you have to, they say that people get involved in movement and struggle through one of three ways: inspiration, aspiration, or desperation. You know what I'm saying? So these are absolutely desperate times, but I'm hoping that we can inspire, and you aspire to, to join our people's movement. Black Power Media, when we first talked about putting together, in my mind, it was to be a revolutionary platform, because I felt like there wasn't too many. There's some out there. I'm not going to act like folks don't exist, but I felt that there was a need just for what the ear doctor just asked about, political education. I felt that there was a need for us to grow. I felt there was a need for us to document and catalog some of the freedom fighters and workers out here that have put in work that a lot of people aren't familiar with. You know what I mean? And we have some great guests that have been on here, and we have a whole lot more coming up. I mean, this month alone, we have some powerful guests. I'm starting off. I'm not even going to tell you who I'm starting off with, but let's just say, as far as Riot Started TV, my last guest for the month would be Dr. Joy James.
Whoa.
So, you know, we're going to be filling it up, and we're going to make sure that we punching hard. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we need this information, you know, and we're only here for a season.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But while we're here, we got to make the best of it.
Do we have a Black August playlist on the channel?
I think it's a good idea for us to put together, and definitely shout out to Sean Jennings and Jordan Jones for getting that calendar out.
Calendar looks good. I just looked at it.
No, I don't think we have a playlist, so to speak. But again, if you go to the calendar, there are some a number of different interviews on there.
Okay.
And like I said, also the peoplesarmy.org/Black August, we have about a dozen interviews on there with various folks as well. So, you know, after this year, there should be no excuse about you not knowing what Black August is. If you can't learn about Black August from here, then you don't really want to know. You have all the information you need to know.
Well, speaking of playlists, since you did say that, I'm gonna go ahead this Sundays, and we're gonna do a revolutionary musical type get down. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's gonna have some definitely revolutionary lyrics and all that stuff. So definitely join me for that.
Okay, so check it. So my challenge to you is going to be the Black August music list.
Hey.
How about that?
Yeah, so there it is.
Can we get that?
Let's do it.
For every Sundays this month, or just this upcoming Sundays?
We'll see.
Man,
we'll see.
It's up to the doctor.
Yeah, we gotta see what the vibe is, but definitely we got enough music to do it.
As I was gonna say, I think you can definitely do it. Like if you wanted to do, you know, revolutionary rap, if you want to do revolutionary 70s, you know what I mean? Like there's plenty of artists and songs out there.
We've seen it every decade.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and real quick, let me shout out Ricky Ryan as well.
Shout out to Ricky Ryan.
Because there's another calendar that I know that a group of individuals, a group of different organizations, I don't have the correct title right now, is working on, but I know that she's one of the folks that have been putting that together. So we'll have a historical calendar from Black Power Media, but we'll also have a calendar of events that we'll be posting soon, I suppose. So I almost forgot about that. So that wasn't an on-purpose slip. You know what I mean? Oftentimes, you know, so much shit going on, you forget. But definitely, it's a dope calendar. Both calendars are dope. So,
and Kim, we brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to believe in each other more than we even believe in ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So we know you can do no red meat for the rest of this month. Easy.
Okay. I ate a burger yesterday, so for the rest of the month, no more.
Rest of the month, you got chicken, fish, you got turkey, no red meat.
I think I can do it. I think I can.
We know you can do it. How about that?
Thank you for that.
Now, the ultimate question I got for the entire chat.
What's that?
For the entire chat, how many of you are willing to write a political prisoner this month? If you don't have addresses, or if you can go to the Jericho website, or I can post something on Twitter today, and we can all write the same political prisoner together, and just make their day, or the same several political prisoners, and move it from there. So let me know if you all are interested in that and joining us, for those who haven't written political prisoners. Also, I wanted to say, part of Black August as well, you try not to spend money with capitalist institutions. You want to try to buy local fruits, vegetables, things of that nature, which you should be doing anyway, because we're talking about, you know, you should know where your food's coming from. Oftentimes we buy shit, we don't know where it came from, what the conditions are, none of that type stuff. So, you know, definitely, you know, you want to work on that. And, you know, abstaining from certain things like, unnecessary smoking, drinking, cursing, and all this other stuff. But, I curse a lot. That's one I'm gonna have to work on. So,
I think this month is definitely one you could look at as saying, all right, if all shit go down, I need to make sure I know how to navigate throughout my community, work with people in my community, and I have my health better, I have my knowledge better, because I am going to pick up the color in my eye. I see you saying Blood in My Eyes book, and I'm going to go ahead and get that and read it. Do my 100 push-ups a day, and just really challenge myself to be a better person. So I think we should start looking at this month as that month for those who haven't been doing it.
No doubt. So we're writing a political prisoner. So this month again is Black August, and immediately following we'll be going into the commemoration of the Attica Rebellion. And the Attica Rebellion took place a couple weeks after the assassination of George Jackson. In fact, it was a response. So we will have brothers and sisters coming on board to talk about Attica as well. So shout out to all the folks in the chat who said they'll be joining us for this political prisoner writing campaign. I'm going to challenge us even further. So that's going to be my job and my task from this point on, to challenge us to do something for our people. Every day when you wake up, you should ask yourself, what can I do for my people today? Or when you go to bed, you ask yourself, what have I done for my people today? So this is how we win, how we become victorious, not just by saying, ain't nobody doing nothing. I don't know why nobody won't do nothing. If everybody talking about nobody won't do nothing, ain't nobody left to do anything. You know what I mean? So anyway.
Yeah. And to amplify the people that are out here doing stuff, because a lot of people will complain and nobody out here doing nothing, but they just don't know. They're not aware. It's not being, it's not people that they follow on social media, and it's not organizations or even issues that mainstream news outlets cover. So don't assume that nothing is being done on a particular issue. Sometimes you have to go out and look for it.
No
for
doubt.
the people that are out there putting in that work.
And what you said, Kalonji, it's another thing we asked y'all to do is to promote this month like you would do like like Christmas. So you be excited about gifts, be excited about this month. Promote this month so people that don't know do know, so they can be like, oh, rejuvenation. Let me get my stuff together for this month. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Reef, I accept that challenge. So we're talking about writing a different political prisoner every day of the month. So ain't nothing to it. If you need to change the words around, change the who you write into, whatever, then do that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's definitely this is where we at. This is where we at. And yes, like Ricky said, it's about discipline, which this entire movement lacks. Yes. I think we also lack movement, but that's a whole nother story. But indeed, yes.
See, that's why we need you at InvestFest, Claude. Is why we need you at InvestFest.
Like Jesus in the market.
Right. You gotta turn over the tables of the money changes in the temple, Kalonji. You know what I'm saying? We need you at InvestFest, dog. Like I feel as though you were supposed to be at InvestFest. Like
I got younger troops for that. I might
hey.
we have younger troops and folks who are more patient than I am, but I'll look into it.
I mean, I'm being, extra when I'm saying turn over the tables or whatever. No, I mean, I think it's important with somebody who has the politics of people on this channel to go in there and press these people, like seriously, like press them out to their face in front of their audience, because guess what? Their audience is actually our audience. You know what I'm saying? And they are the misleadership class that is leading our audience astray. So I think it will be so valuable to have that contradiction right there, live and in person. Kalonji Tonga, InvestFest 2022. 2022, man.
Y'all wildin', man.
You push it, boy.
Yeah, definitely push it. Revolutionary Jesus. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Jesus was definitely revolutionary according to that story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, I'm sorry.
Jesus was out here slapping niggas too. They just didn't put that in the Bible. I bet you Jesus slapped up a lot of motherfuckers.
I already know. Running around looking like me with the locks. You know what I'm saying? Turning water to wine. But anyway.
Right.
But yeah, make sure that we don't want to fail you. We want to make sure, because there's some brilliant folks that that come on the channel. There's some brilliant folks in the chat. I mean, we have some real solid people that have come through this platform. And I don't know. I mean, for me, growing up in Connecticut, I was able to go to, I used to go to Harlem all the time to the spot called First World Alliance. Shout out to all the people out there that know about First World Alliance. That's where I would learn. I would sit at the feet of folks like Dr. Ben, Dr. Clark, remember Ani, the Francis Cress Wilsons, and Wade Nobles, and so many others. You know what I mean? That folks talk about Dale Jones. They talk about him in mythological form. You know what I'm saying? And these are people that every Saturday I would go check out. So I would get my historical piece from them, but then I would get the revolutionary side from veteran Panthers and veteran members of SNCC and veteran members of the Revolutionary Action Movement. And shout out to Muhammad Ahmed, formerly Max Stanford. I understand he had a birthday 2 days ago. And if you haven't checked out the interview I did with him on RAM on Riot Starter TV, I think you should. But along with that political education that the ear doctor talked about, you know, there are a number of different interviews that you can check out from a number of different members on this channel that can help you to get some clarity and some political education as well. That has been my goal and my effort with Riot Starter TV. As you notice, Riot Starter TV and Renegade Culture is two different types of styles, but I specifically set out to try to duplicate and replicate folks like what's my man name? Gil Noble, with the whole Like It Is. You know, back in the day, we had all of these different shows and places where we can go to get our politics right. So I definitely you know, that's my goal and my effort, to really, you know, pay homage to those freedom fighters that existed and those who are continuing to do this work.
Yo, Kim, I got a quick question. What brought you into understanding that this whole society and government and everything wasn't right? What made you? What was the click that hit you in your head and be like, you know what? I'm gonna get on the radio and talk about this. I'm gonna get on TV or get on the web and talk about it. What was it that made you change your mind state?
So I think even like young, there was a lot of things that I questioned. Like I questioned capitalism, even if I didn't have the vocabulary to articulate it. Like I told the story to my viewers. Like I can remember being a younger person working in the mall and working retail and looking at the retail store sales projections. And so whatever a retail store projects it's going to make today, August 2nd, it's trying to exceed whatever it made August 2nd of 2021. So I noticed this. I'm like, wait a minute. So the company expects to make more money like every day? Like, is that realistic? Does that even make any sense? And to, you know, understand the way, because, you know, coming up in the 80s and 90s, they used to guilt us a lot about the environment. Oh, it's up to you guys to save the Amazon. Oh, tigers are going extinct. It's up to you. But putting all those tiny blocks together in my head formed the picture that this is capitalism that is fucking up the planet. This is capitalism that is putting, you know, workers under these unrealistic expectations of produce. So slowly but surely, the picture was being built in my head because, you know, like I said this on my show too the other day, like, you know, I don't come from revolutionary folks per se. You know what I'm saying? Like I come from blue collar, working class, Black people. My mother, to her credit, you know, I know my mother had to deal with a lot of shit from men and white folks just to keep her job and keep a roof over our heads. So I understood the patriarchy in that way and white supremacy in that way. But I'm one of them Johnny come lately ass niggas that y'all have discussed here on this platform that didn't really get radicalized until Obama bitch ass, like Obama.
Wow, really?
In that sense, because I was a Democrat, I was a reliable Democrat, I voted Democrat, I knocked on doors for Obama. You know what I'm saying? Like I was one of them. I thought I was a good liberal. I thought I could be a Black person and explain. Let me just talk to white conservatives. Maybe they just don't understand. Like, you stupid heifer, like you dingy broad. And so, you know, once I got hip to the game, and I again, I'm embarrassed to admit how late it took me to get hip to the game. But once I became hip to the game, I was like, oh man, get rid of all this shit. Get rid of this political system. Get rid of this economic system. Get rid of these societal systems of oppression, white supremacy, patriarchy, ableism, homophobia, transphobia. Get these shits the fuck up out of here, man. Like, I'm tired. So yeah, it took me a while to realize the game was being run. But again, I built the picture in my head slowly but surely. But yep, it was Obama. It was Obama.
Well, I mean, you know, it's hey man, it's not about when you got here. It's the fact that you got here and what you do when you get here. You know what I'm saying? The reality is, I mean, shit, you know, we get in where we get in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The thing is making sure that when it goes down, you on the right side of the fence. You know what I'm saying? So you won't go down with it. So, you know, that's all good.
Look where you at now.
And this is where I would rather be. Honestly, this is exactly where I'd rather be. Like, I've been in spaces. I mean, I've been an invited guest to the White House, right? And I didn't like it. Like, I don't like moving with powerful people because there's something extremely.
Whoa! What did you just say? You don't like moving with powerful people?
Yes, I did. Say, let me rephrase. Politically powerful people. Let me say this. People who are considered powerful in our society. Huh?
I said, what is me and Kalonji chop meat over here?
No. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about senators, you know, Congress people, you know, judges, like people who expect you to be very impressed by their title and what they have materially accumulated. And I did realize that as a young adult, like, that's not shit that impresses me. Like, I'm not impressed with, I'm just not, because I mean, you have gotten accolades in a rotten system. So I don't think that's good. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's a good thing for Tim Scott to be the first black senator from South Carolina. Look at what the fuck he represents. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so it was about deconstructing a lot of those you know, societal aspirations that, you know, those bourgeoisie aspirations that gets put a lot of time on younger black people. Like, don't you want to have a good job? Don't you want to live in a nice house in Bethesda? Don't you want your husband to be a doctor? Like, all this fucking bullshit. You know what I'm saying? All this bullshit that might temporarily give me some sort of material comfort, but that does not mean that I'm free. Doesn't mean my children will be free. Doesn't mean my ancestors or my you know what I mean? Don't mean nobody free. It just means that I'm comfortable.
Yeah. Well, we're here and we will win.
Did I make any sense at all? Or did I just?
I mean, that's you let us.
You lost me 2 out now, fucking. like one of these things about Black August, I can't be high when I'm listening to Kim shit. So now I'm hearing it clearly.
Kalonji logged on and tuned out. It says, "See y'all."
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
What am I gonna eat tonight? Anyway, go ahead.
Right. What are we eating tonight, Kalonji? What you got? Some lentils?
Speaking of, and that's a whole nother thing. Like, they call breakfast because you break your fast after you sleep all night.
Good.
So at nighttime,
doctor's legendary quotes. But good, I'm sorry.
So then, once at the end of the night, when you're about to eat, after the sun goes down, what do you like eat, Kalonji?
Me, right now, my effort is to, you know, last night it was salads. You know, I'm trying to get a little bit of rawness in so that you know, I can keep it right. But yeah, I mean, you don't want to go too heavy because, of course, you know, as you know, after fasting, you know, in your mind, you want a big plate of, I mean, your stomach like, man, I'm tired. I've been here all day. Yeah, you should have ate early. I'm going to sleep. Nah, so yeah, I mean, that's usually it. I know that dates are good. During Ramadan, I know we eat dates to break fast. You know what I mean? Because it's nutritious, it's healthy, it's has a taste to it, it's sweet, so on and so forth. But yeah, I'm trying to this month. I'm bad with the whole sugar thing. So trying to definitely stay off sweets and breads, and try to be lightweight on the pastas and all that stuff. So, will I go raw the whole month? I'm not sure. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, Doctor, can I ask you a question about sugar? Do you have an opinion about raw sugar, or is it sugar? Sugar is sugar is sugar is sugar.
I eat the brown raw sugar. I mean, cane sugar. You know what I mean? So like you said, sugar, it's about not having a lot of it. So I do a bit in the morning time. I put some of that sugar in my coffee.
Yep.
Other than that, when you're dealing with, like you said, starches and stuff, it already has sugar in it. So it's about getting more vegetables, getting more fruits in your diet, so you don't have all these sugars. Because one thing about sugar is it bring that itis on. You talking about eating some food, the sugar will have you ready to go to sleep right after you eat. So yeah, and with the less of it, the more energy you're gonna have. So
Yeah,
sugar,
when I say sweets, I mean sugar. I'm even talking about agave nectar. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to like just be as, I don't know. I'm just trying to get it right. This because I was on a raw diet for quite a while back in the day. Then I was vegan for the longest or whatever. As of late, I've been pescatarian over the last couple of years or whatever. But I'm looking to everything is, to each his own. I'm not one of those folks that's like, oh, you eating such and such, what you eat don't make me shit. But I know that for my body, what I need, you know what I'm saying, and for my mind and everything right now, I'm just trying to not trying. My intention is to elevate and get a little stronger, because I need to really, shit's real out here. I'm 51 years old. I ain't no spring chicken, but I'm still nice with the beans and rice, but
yeah.
I want to make sure I
I
get
think
better.
that's the thing we got to make. Speaking of organizing is the new cool. I think that's the thing we got to make as the new cool, reaching a certain age, especially in your 40s, to start being like, all right, now I done live, I done ate this, I done partied, I done drank, smoked, this, that, and the third. Now let me start, getting my body right again. Let me get all that toxins and stuff out of my body so I can be a little healthier. Not say we gotta live longer and this, that, and the third. You'll never know when you're gonna make your transition, but the way to get in there, you don't got to be in a hospital for this, that, the third, having all types of problems and pains. So I think we got to start making that cool again. Like, let's start getting our body right again.
I think we have lots of examples of that. Like, for example, I think of Badu, I think of Dre 3000, I think of Common, I think all these fine ass middle-aged vegetarians. I'm like, I mean, just go look at Erykah Badu's Instagram page. She will make you want to go vegan. Like, nigga, am I gonna look like that? Shit.
Yeah. I think also with it too, man, rest.
Yes.
Because I know that, the elder that I spoke about earlier, one of the things that most people talked about, because she was raw for years and she was super healthy and whatnot. But the thing is that exhaustion will kill you as well. You know what I'm saying? And we don't often get enough rest. So we get caught up in different scenarios, so it's not just about eating healthy. You have to, you got to exercise, you got to rest, because like someone just said, stress is, it's a real killer.
And hydrate. Drink water.
Yeah, definitely.
And then the more I think about it, drinking these water out all these plastic bottles, I'm thinking about cancer and stuff. Try to find some good water to put in, put in your body.
And not only that, I mean, like keeping it 100, there's a hole in the ozone, the environment's jacked up. So it's always going to be something. Just do the best you can to be the best. I don't tell anyone how to eat. I don't tell no one how to live. That ain't my job. If you're a part of our cadre or whatever, I'm going to make certain suggestions because of the fact that we need to depend on each other. You know what I'm saying? We have to rely on each other. But if you ain't a part, what Nas say is logic. As long as there ain't nobody in my clique, look, if you want, knock yourself out over there. But over here, certain things got to take place because, some shit go down. I can't be like, man, I can't fight. I'm hungry. What? And I heard people saying, you know, well, you know, when you fast, you get weak, and you know, what if you're attacked? Listen, if I'm fasting and you run up on me, I'd probably be a little less kind than I'd be if I was full. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm hungry and I know that, you know, you trying to come for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a wounded dog. I'm going to respond accordingly. Like, look, please don't fuck with me while I'm fasting.
No doubt, no doubt.
Speaking of getting in shape, you know, my concert experience over this weekend reminded me that I am not in tip-top physical condition, because I left up out of there, my foot hurt, my knee.
You stage diving, Kim?
Huh?
You stage diving?
Don't I wish I wasn't close enough to stage dive. And on top of that, if I was stage diving, all them white folks would have dropped me. Them niggas would have let me hit the ground. Like,
yeah,
you can't be black enjoying yourself in rock spaces.
I ain't mad at you, Kim. Listen, if I go to a concert, it need to be lawn chairs.
Oh, I had a seat, darling. Listen, I am of age. I'm not doing no lawn.
And your feet still hurt? Just walk to the car?
It's because I was jumping, dog. I was jumping. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was hurting because I was exerting myself physically, but I noticed that I felt a little bit more beat up after this concert than I had ever felt really after any other concert. So I was like, oh, this is what 44 feels like. Got it.
I stage dive once in my life. And yeah, I just dove back like it was the shit. And it was cool, but my eye was fucked up because somebody poked me in the eye.
Oh,
but I played it off real well. I was like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I gotta see if I can dig that picture up. But that was my first and last time.
Who showed were you stage diving?
I ain't gonna tell you all that.
No,
Go ahead.
No, you don't brought it up now.
You gotta know.
We'll say that for Patreon. But
MOP, who was it? MOP?
We'll save for Patreon because I was definitely violating. But anyway, yeah, it was wild. Yeah, it was some hardcore. But you know, I was feeling it. And I just dove my ass out there like I was that dude. And I just kept like, yeah, they fucked with me. I was like, I mean, my people was like, yo, man, you lucky nobody didn't drop you, man. I said, man, they love me.
Listen, that last concert I went to was the New Edition Jodeci, Uncle Charlie. It was good because we had seats.
You stage dived off a New Edition?
Oh no. I'm just saying as in standing. I don't do stand concerts no more. Because I think about reggae shows. You go there at 1 o'clock, what is it? 11 o'clock, thinking they're gonna come on at maybe 12, 1.
2, 3
in the morning, and you standing there just ready to.
They still ain't come out yet.
Nope. So
yeah, no, that's real. Like, no, I can't do the stand up. Like, there was a bunch of music festivals that came here into DC. You know, Something in the Water, which was Pharrell's Music Fest, and then there was Mochella, and there was a bunch of joy. I'm like, dog, I'm too old. I'm too old. I need a seat. I need to be able to have the option to sit down. I need a chair available. Just can't be standing on.
Hey, yo, hold up, man. Hold up. See, some people got jokes in the chat. I don't know why y'all playing with me.
Hey, Fishbone.
Hey, Fishbone's cool.
Yeah.
This guy said, but this one right here.
Hey, them and that Public Enemy was a beast.
They were, but yeah, it wasn't those shows though.
Bring the noise.
But yo, even to reel it all back in, we talking about a lot of stuff because we're talking about Black August right now and the different disciplines and different things we're talking about to be better humans, to be better people, be a better community. So it's certain things that we need to do for ourselves to be better, you know. So that's what we're talking about right now, Black August.
No doubt.
That discipline message is coming through loud and clear. Like that self-actualization, self-mastery. Like, I'm hearing that. This is coming through loud and clear from what y'all are saying. So yes, thank you.
No doubt. So yeah, that's and I'm looking forward to you all joining us on Writing These Political Prisoners. You know, I mean, I think that's an excellent thing. We get the opportunity to. I would like to do more together as a platform and with the chat, because I think that there have been a couple instances where we called on you all to join us in cause of action, and things worked out well. So I want to definitely say that we can I'm looking forward to some of that. Definitely shout out to Rage Against the Machine. Shout out to Public Enemy. I know you just mentioned PE a few minutes ago. Yesterday was Chuck D and Professor Griff's birthday.
Whoa.
They were born in the same hospital the same day.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
That's incredible.
And you talking about total opposite dudes, man.
Oh, they're both Leos? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
We got some spam in the chat. And
Yeah, I got rid of it.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah. So
oh man.
A quick leak, real quick. Griff and I are supposed to be doing a podcast together.
Hey, come on.
Arm the Masses, ATM. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all ready for that. But that's just a quick leak, real quick. You know what I'm saying? Go to Griff page, tell him you heard about Arm the Masses, and he might send you a gift. But anyway,
can y'all shout out the BPM member for 16 months? I'm not able to pronounce.
Where your chalkboard?
The person who just renewed their membership. It says 16 months. They've been a member of the channel for 16 months. Okay. It's in green. Maybe it went away. Maybe y'all don't see it. But they say thanks for the inspiration. Y'all, discipline is for sure the theme.
Kim probably on somebody else's channel.
You ain't lying. I'm looking. I'm like,
whatever. The chat know what I'm talking about out here.
Does anybody in the chat know what Kim talking about?
They know what I'm talking about. Chat know what I'm talking about out here. Y'all see that?
I don't know what the hell Kim talking about.
I ain't explaining shit to Kalonji and Air Doctor out here.
Hey, matter of fact, please Patreon so we get some glasses because I don't know what he's talking about.
Listen,
I don't see this.
We need 400 now. I need full on stem cells. I need stem cell therapy, y'all. And listen, this is the shit about capitalism. Capitalism said, "Oh, you want your eyes fixed? That's $400,000 per eye." Per eye. I need y'all to think
I'm taking it down. I don't see it on the screen.
I don't need y'all to see it. Look, Ursula
had a job. Wait, did you see what Ear Doctor just had up? Somebody's talking about he got an OnlyFans page, so he got you, Kim.
Oh, good. Ear Doctor OnlyFans page, I'm sure, is doing extremely well these days.
Yeah, right. I'm the OnlyFans.
Sure, Ear Doctor's OnlyFans is doing magnificent.
Ear Doctor paying to see himself. He like this.
Oh, y'all think I'm kidding? Big Teal, I'm dead serious, baby. It's stem cells. The capitalism said, "Oh, you want your vision fixed? That's going to be $1 million, ma'am." I said, "Wow, who got $1 million laying around? Who got $1 million? Who got $1 million on my eyes over here? Throw it up."
You better eat some carrots and drink some eye bright tea.
Yeah, I've heard it all before.
Anyway,
I was at work.
I
call you saw.
I know some of y'all listening, y'all on the show today, like, what the hell is going on? We have no news. We did have some news.
News.
Yeah, we did. And we had a great show. I think that you all, how that song go? I Know You Miss Me. We will be back with the Remix Morning Show. When are we coming back, Doctor?
What is happening? Y'all, this is the second time I've heard about this. The first time being earlier in the show.
You know,
off?
Now, Kim, you know how you go to work, how they do with black folks. They wait to the end of the shift until you fire.
That's it.
They're like, wait, I better all this.
I got here at 8.
I'm planning for tomorrow.
So what are you talking about?
I feel like the Remix show will be back on the 16th of August.
16th of August. Okay. So we'll be back right in time for Garvey's birthday on the 17th.
Look at that. Just give us 2 weeks.
So for serious. So there's no I literally do not need to wake up at 6 o'clock tomorrow.
No, you still need to wake up and do something for Black August.
Okay, yes. Fair. That's fair.
Look at the doctor with the checkmate. We'll talk off the air what we will be doing. So you will have time to wake up.
Okay. I just wanted to be clear. Because this is a horse of a different color. Like this reshapes, my mornings at least. so I appreciate that. But guys, do me a favor. So there's a couple things going on with me today. Obviously, tonight, tune in to Burn It Down with Kim Brown at 7 p.m. I gotta talk about the mystical and the Deshaun Watson shit because y'all know how I feel about these kinds of things. And I know
mystical and who?
Deshaun Watson.
Texan quarterback used to be.
who
sorry.
who signed with the Cleveland Browns. Anyway, the NFL just suspended him for 6 games after he settled with, I think, 23 out of 24 massage therapists who claimed that he, was sexually inappropriate towards them. And I just want to say, just for the record, I mean, the reason a couple weeks ago or last week I brought up Elon Musk's ain't shit daddy Errol Musk for having a second child with his 35-year-old stepdaughter who he has raised since he was 4 years old is because I just want to be clear. Like I ain't shit predators, male sexual predators, I call them out across race. So I don't want nobody coming on my show to be like, oh, why are you just dunking on black men? I'm dunking on black men on this particular show because I'm black, okay? And more times out of not, the victims of sexual violence, it is intraracial, not exclusively, but more oftentimes than not it is. So I want to have this conversation tonight on my show. I also have an update from Operation Stop CPS. We spoke with Amanda Wallace last week because today was her court date in North Carolina, and I have a very good positive update about that. And at 5:00 today, check me out on Status Quo. I'm going to be co-hosting with Jordan. I'm not sure what we're going to be talking about as of yet, but check me out on Status Quo News, 5:00. So, yeah, it's going to be, we have a busy day.
Kim, can we do a classic within this next 2 weeks?
Yes, Ear Doctor, let me just pick a day. Just pick a day.
Now, classic, what we're talking about is picking a classic album and pretty much going down and talking about it. So we're going to do that.
So do you want to record this, or are we going to do this live with the people them at the same time?
We do it live with the people. We do it live with the people. No doubt.
Pick a day, Doctor. You tell me the day, and the day is fine with me as long as it's not a Tuesday or a Friday, which is my
Other than that, come check me out on Sundays. I'll still be around 8 p.m., 8 to 9.
No doubt. Yeah, and like I said, we're talking about the morning show being on pause for 2 weeks, and I don't know. The question was posed if we would be playing replays. That's up to the Ear Doctor. He don't look at me. But we will have other shows playing in between time. In regards to you may get a Riot Started TV or 2, Burn It Down, Kim Brown Sundays. I Mix What I Like. We'll still be rocking along with our other family here at Black Power Media. But and we want to get you all organized in the chat. So let us know if you want to do some extra work and get down with us a little deeper.
Hey, I thought y'all said Kamal was back tomorrow. So how's Kamal back tomorrow if we ain't on the air tomorrow?
We don't know if Kamal's back.
Kamal's always here on our day off.
Pretty much. Come late.
Hey, Big Till, y'all can do a remix takeover if y'all want to.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Let me know. We with that.
Mad junk. Hey.
I know.
Ain't about that life.
Call them out.
Ricky ain't about that life.
Tell them about themselves, Ear Doctor. Tell them about themselves, Ear Doctor. Because
they can shoot at me all day. As soon as I'm like, yo, why don't you come up here so we can shoot back? They like,
No, we mentioned that last week. Didn't we mention that to the people them last week? And Doctor, didn't we say, hey, if y'all want to, since Jared's going to be off for a couple weeks and Kamal is, Kamalin somewhere, then y'all could come up here and host with us. And where did we get back? Crickets. We got back crickets. That nobody raised their hand, and nobody sent no email, that nobody sent no DM.
Yep.
That's like my mother's.
Now Big Till talking about drop the strip.
Now that we about to sign off, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Drop the link. 1001. Drop the link.
Appreciate y'all out there. Like I said, we be back on the 6th. The Remix Morning Show will be back on the 16th of August. So listen, I'll play some replays. I'll throw some replays up there.
Any particular ones, chat? Was there any shows or interviews or anybody? I mean, because
too much.
I know, but if you are taking requests, Doctor, I want to see. Can we play at least one Photoshop war when Abdus was still with us, when y'all was going back and forth with the Photoshop wars? That was classic. Classic.
If I can find it.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you now, they weren't fucking with me. And guess what? Don't get it twisted. I do got the Kim and the Ear Doctor in the chamber. I just put it on pause because some cats got a little sensitive. But I got y'all already. Don't get it twisted. But check it. Hey, listen. I got something for the chat too, because there's a couple cats in chat talking that shit. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. Yeah.
Take that little picture right there in the chat room by your name.
Bang. Bang, bang.
I appreciate you not letting that Photoshop ward Chopper sing on me, Kalonji, because I was trying to stay out of it. I just
had you
laughs.
too. I mean, I had
laughs.
Yeah, listen. Look, I got, but then what happened? I think that Jared took it real personal. Jared tried to Tu Wong Fu me and shit. Like, come on, son. Jared did it like, the cats that ain't really comedians. They go personal with the shit. Like, yeah, look at your mother's lips. I'm saying, like,
a little petty with it. Imagine that, Jared being petty.
Nah, but, shout out to my man Petty J. Anyway, y'all ain't gonna talk me to death. I got shit to do.
All right, come on. We'll see
y'all
y'all
be
back
safe out there.
Yeah, all right.
Remix Morning Show.
We out.
One.
Where's my knife? I'm about to go cut.